we shouldn't forget the reason why Wobblins Town Academy was started. It was started for the needy.
My name is Jerry Dugdale. I'm married to Elspeth, and together we're some of the founders of ServeDirect. In 2006, we first met Charles. He'd started Wobblins Town Academy with a few other volunteers, mainly for kids from the north of Uganda. At that time, there were internal displacement camps, so he was bringing kids down to this area to give them a safe haven, really, and some basic secondary education. So we came across him, we're very impressed. We gave him a small gift to use in the school, and we found that actually they really used the gift wisely, and that's how the relationship started.
Charles was already the director of WTA when Jerry and Phil first met him. And he was clearly a good man trying to do a very good but a very difficult job. And having seen what he was trying to do and having seen the type of students he was working with, he seemed an obvious person to help and an obvious person to get involved with.
When ServeDirect was formalised, really, in 2009, it was at that point that we made a decision to help build the school. And the idea behind it was really that we would enable the school and enable the people here to do their job better. But what we can do is we can help provide the resources, maybe some sort of management input, that type of thing, teacher training. But yes, it really is for them to do. So it is a real partnership in that sense. So Wobblins Town Academy is a secondary school. It has roughly 400 boarders and 200 day scholars. It goes right up to A level. So in 2009, we started really by helping Wobblins Town Academy with their facilities. And then, so initially it was a boarding school, but then it turned also into a day school. So we're also very involved with the local community here. And any secondary school needs good healthcare. So that then spawned the Rock Health Centre, and we then found over time that the local community there were a lot of students who couldn't access the school, and that then spawned the third project that we're involved with, which is the Connect Education Centres, which are these primary resourcing centres.
When they came back in 2008 and renovated the school, it impacted the population immediately. You would just wake up in the morning, you reach the school, you find boxes and mattresses scattered all over. And people would just get up in the morning, board a bus, come to Wobblins Town Academy, where they were offering low-cost education. Because there were so many children seated in the villages, they couldn't go to any school. Some of them just came without even any money. They could just come, say, yeah, here we have come to school. I can't sit home. I want to be in school.
WTA is a violence-free school where students are given the ability to express their feelings through education, public speeches.
It's a good school with every resources needed for a student to pass. It has well-equipped teachers with a good library.
WTA is so friendly, yeah, and it has well-qualified teachers. Here, the teachers, they care a lot about the students. They advise them, they tell them what to do and what not to do. it's important to study because someone gets a better future and also gets a better job.
My favorite subject is literature in English. It's a subject that gives me the ability to be strong and brave, to stand against every challenge, to boost people who have never thought they could succeed.
Without the school, life would be so hard to persevere the situation, because when you go back in the village, you will be discriminated when you don't study, but if you study, life will be better.
I want to get a job, and that will be a work. I want to work so hard so that I can help. Yeah, I want to help.
WTA is different from other schools because they have good diet which cater for the students.
As defined in the Bible, faith is the ability of believing in something that you think can't happen. So all the challenges I have in life, in my subjects, I take out and believe that God who gives will give me the ability to write my papers in the final exams. So I always have that faith in me because I have my God in me too.
My name is Semogere Bennett, and I'm the head teacher of Wolverines Town Academy. Some of the challenges we find, many of our parents are economically not okay. Many of our students come from poor families, so they can't afford paying for themselves. So we always find a challenge with that. There are many that we give half bursaries. Number two, despite the fact that our partners have given us the materials to use, but we need more. They are not enough. We have the computers, but if we got more, it will serve better. We have the laboratories with the apparatuses, but we still need more to match with the students we have. It is quite unfortunate that in Uganda, parents always look for schools that excel in academics, theoretically. They might not consider the other aspects of education mostly. We try to do things in a more practical way than concentrating only on theory.
There are many factors of our uniqueness, but one major fact is that we are caring about the children who have no hope, who are hopeless, who are coming from up country, the world. We are caring about them because by the time when we got to them, they were very chaotic. They actually needed a rehabilitation school, and for us, compared to other schools they are very expensive. But here we charge them very little money because they are coming from low income families, and some are actually entirely depend on agriculture, peasants.
The Rock Health Centre then caters for the students at the school, but also for the community that we're based in.
I'm Annette Serabide Opio. I'm the manager of the Rock Health Centre. We work with ServeDirect. It is a person funding, like installation of solar, painting, and buying some drugs for the needy. We do health education on the students and the community. Since we are health center too, some of the problems we cannot manage here. So if we are having those patients who are beyond us, we refer them to the neighboring hospitals. Some people, they can manage to hire vehicles, others they cannot manage. We use our ambulance.
So at Rock, normally
The common things we treat are the cough, diarrhea, typhoid, and malaria. They are still common. So when ServeDirect saw that these people couldn't afford, they decided to introduce some of those free services. It has made them at least come for even other services. Yes, actually working here is good because you practice what you study. The clients are there, especially these students. You have many cases to handle, so it is not boring.
The Connect Education Centres, they partner with the local primary schools. And so it's not another primary school, instead it's a resourcing centre for those primary schools. And the aim really is to enable the students to pass the PLE exams, which is the primary leaving exams at the end of primary, which gives them access to secondary education.
So a school will choose to send certain groups, usually on a regular day per week. And when they send, for example, a really large class, that class is instantly divided into 3 groups. And then they rotate between an English activity, an English lesson, a maths lesson, and then maybe a computer lesson or a library lesson, a particular activity to promote literacy. In the local primary schools, there was just a huge bottleneck of children stuck at the top of primary school who couldn't pass the primary leaving exam, and therefore you're not allowed by law to move up into secondary education. It seemed wrong that you had a well-resourced secondary school here, but that local children couldn't get into it. I think to offer booster lessons in English and maths in particular is key, because those are the 2 subjects you need really to get on in life here.
Schools, they are there, they have their children, they have their teachers, but they have a couple of resources. The teachers don't have the resources. They have to do the planning, or that the lesson planning, the scheming, all that, but they need resources, like wherever they are searching for information, but they don't have them. And another thing is that the way they are teaching in a traditional way. When they come here, you see what we do is like our lessons are different from the way they are presented in their schools. Our lessons are so visual, and children also, like, they are really acting, they participate. We engage the children very much. We are so creative in our lessons. So when they come in here, you see that they go out of the lesson, or they are in the lesson, but they are happy. Everyone is engaged. We divide them into small groups. Back in their schools, it is one large group with one teacher. When they come here, you have them in the small schools, and each small group is having a teacher handling it, which is very good that you are able to reach out to every child.
We always do our teaching practical, which make these students to remember what they have been taught. The center is trying to build up the reading culture, getting used to the new resources, and even to other teachers. When they are here, they always take the photos of the resources we have made at the center, so that when they go back to their school, they are able also to try to make the same thing, so that their learning should be live in their class.
With the bottle cups or bottle tops, I do a lot of things. One is when I'm teaching multiplications. When I'm teaching things like divisions, I also use bottle tops. Teaching factors, I teach using bottle tops. I teach the square numbers using bottle tops. I teach triangular numbers with bottle tops. All the patterns and sequences, I use bottle tops. It was last year when I was teaching area of a triangle. The kid came to me immediately after the lesson and told me, "Teacher, thank you so much. I really understood the lesson and the concept of getting the area of a triangle." And I was me myself was really encouraged and interested for that child.
One of our great partnerships is with Read for Life. They operate out of the Connect Centre in Gulu, and they use the centre as a base for teacher training. So that again gives access to roughly 100 schools in the Gulu area.
We are lacking the facilities for reading and a trained person like in phonics, and we are very grateful because the center there is giving us better knowledge. Now my P3 classes, they are able to read very well, and we would like to encourage the activities to continue.
I see children that are from poor backgrounds, that their parents can't afford buying for them even a book sometimes to go to school, that they have this big opportunity there. So I see that we are really directly helping those who are in need, and that is so good to me. This seems to be like a small project, but it is reaching out to very, very many children, and you see that it is really helping.
Our hope for the future is that with all the basic facilities that we have, better than even other neighboring schools, we must be academic giant here. We want to prove to the world that even the needy can do better. That's what we want to do. And there have already been proof to that. There are children who came when they're very needy, they have succeeded. That's what we want to do. We want a poor child to come here and be one of the top performers in this country. That's what we're working to do.